If you run a local service business, this is why your competitors are probably stealing jobs from you on Google. In this video, I'm looking at a local car detailing company today, and I'm going to break down their Google business profile, their website, and their local visibility. So if we look at their Google business profile, the first thing we'll notice is their images. Right now, they only have one image on their Google business profile. For a car detailing company, that's a massive missed opportunity. This is a visual service. People want to see clean cars. They want to see before and afters, interiors, paint correction, ceramic coating results, vans out on the job, and real world examples of what you do. So first of all, I'll be uploaded 1 or 2 images to this, or get as many as you have on you right away. No stock photos, just real cars that they've detailed, and ideally photos taken in the areas they actually serve. So if they've been out in Allen, Irvine, Plano, Dallas, or wherever else, get pictures from these jobs and upload them. This helps show both customers and Google that this is an active business doing real world work in these locations. Next, what you'll notice is they're open 24 hours. Now, I'm not sure how common this is for car detailing companies, but I would probably guess that they're not actually open 24 hours a day. So put your real business hours in here. The reason for this is if someone calls at 11 p.m. and no one answers, then it's not a great experience, and then Google is going to start to show other businesses rather than yours. What this business is doing well is they've actually listed all the services they offer, so you can see them here. This is great because it shows Google what they do. However, if you look on their website under our services section, they only have one service listed here. So all of those services listed on the Google business profile, they should be creating pages for them. They should have them in the service section of their menu, because this shows Google this important page. They may have them on their website somewhere else, but get them in here too, as it helps. And another tip for those services, they want to target the location that the Google business profile is in. So this one is based in Arlington. So it could be something like ceramic coating in Arlington, interior detail in Arlington, exterior detail Arlington. So that shows Google exactly what you do and where you do it. If we go back to the Google business profile, you'll see they have their address located here, and they also have their phone number. However, if we look on their website, that address and phone number is different. This creates issues, and Google won't rank you as well as you could if you match them up. Google is trying to work out here whether this is a real business, where it's based, how people should contact it, and whether the information online can be trusted. So if your Google business profile says one thing and the website says another, that creates confusion. You want everything here to match. You want the same business name, the same address, the same phone number, same service areas. It sounds basic, but it can make a huge difference. If we go back to the reviews, you see they're getting good reviews. They only have 9 of them, which can be an issue because some of their competitors have hundreds. But what you want to be doing is, if possible, is get 3 to 4 reviews every week, and that velocity then is going to make a big difference where you show up in the local map pack. If we look at their reviews, you can see they do good jobs, and they're also replying to them. But they're replying to them many months later. Ideally, you want to reply to your reviews within 24 hours. This shows customers you care, and also it can be a ranking factor if you're replying to these reviews where they're mentioning the services you offered and where you've done them. If you're struggling to get reviews, then you need to create a review generation system. You can't just hope that people will leave them. You need to ask every happy customer after a job is done. You can send them a review link. You can follow up via text or email, and just make it a part of your business process. If you look at their website, you can see that they've created location pages to show where they serve, which is great. You should have that on your website. But if you go into every one of them, they're very similar. What I would say, they're template, they're pages, and they're around 70 to 80% the same in my opinion. And this basically is probably enough to get them indexed on Google, but it isn't going to allow them to rank organically as well, because they're not unique enough. So what you want to do is create unique pages that show that you actually do work in that area, maybe show some photos of work you've done in that area, and create unique content as well. Maybe some of these areas, for example, for a car detailing company, maybe some of them are higher end cars, maybe in some areas they are, family cars and things like that. Get that content onto those pages and it will help you rank better. The final thing I've noticed on their website is they do have a map embed, but it's just a general map of Texas. Here you want to embed the map to show actually where your business is located. Not only so you can help your Google business profile rank better, but also customers who are actually looking for you, they can see where you're located. Finally, with all that said, this is how they currently rank. So let's zoom in a little bit. Positions 1, 2, and 3 show that anyone in these areas, so St. Collins Street or Abraham Street, for example, or near any of these restaurants, they come up, which is great. But as you can see, as you go further away from their business, the visibility drops off. So these 4, 5s, and 6s, they're not visible here. If you can make the changes I said on their website, then these areas are going to start to turn green and you're going to get more calls from these areas. So of course, more calls, more jobs. That's what you can do to increase your profits for your business.